It's good, right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your first act?
Yay!
I've gigged with this guy before. I think that was his first gig. And your last gig since then?
Yep.
Oh, so ladies and gentlemen, that was many years ago, so I imagine this guy's going to be awesome. No pressure, Sam. It is the fabulous Sam Waker, but I want you guys stamping your feet, clapping your hands, cranking up to 11, and welcome the fabulous Mr. Sam Whittaker.
Good evening, and thank you for that welcome. It's not often a ginger guy is welcome into the room, so I'm going to make the most of that one. But no, you know what? Growing up as a ginger kid, it's not easy, and it started off bad from birth with me, really. My mum used to take me out for a walk in my pram. Friends and family would gather round, they'd pull back the blanket, a little tear would form in their eye. Yeah, it was a tear of joy because I wasn't their kid. They reckon the ginger gene is going to die out within the next 100 years. Can you believe that? Scientists are putting it down to global warming. I'm putting it down to the fact that no one will actually have sex with us. Can you believe sperm banks are actually turning down ginger sperm now? I mean, how the hell can they tell? Does it come with like a Ready Brett glow? I can't work that one out, but as if having one disability wasn't enough, I found out recently that I've got a range of food intolerances. Dairy, wheat, and alphabeti spaghetti. I can tell you that last one, when it leaves my stomach, it's all jumbled up. But things got pretty serious recently. I had to go to hospital for some tests on the stomach, and I was told I need to go back for telescopic tests. Now, I'm not opposed to a nurse looking through something that's going to make certain parts of me look bigger, but the fact she does it from such a distance doesn't help the ginger paranoia thing. But you know, I think there's no finer advert or example of why we should all try and live healthier lives as the sight that greets you when you first arrive at a hospital, and that is the smokers on the hospital doors. Now, it's not how ill they look, it's not the fact that they're puffing on a cigarette. Have you seen the fucking pyjamas they make them wear? The NHS could seriously improve its image by bringing sexy back. That's all I'm saying. It works for the nurses, why not the patients? But not every hospital experience is a bad one. My kids were born there. Apparently, I was down the pub, but when I got home, that's the story I was told. But I love bringing up kids. You know, you have to make sure they sleep properly, you've got to make sure you feed them properly. They're pretty much a high-risk Tamagotchi. Do you remember those things? I used to get the updates every now and then saying, you have not fed this for 3 days. Oh no, hang on, that was the kids. Sorry. There's one reason to get married, and it's so that you don't damage children. But it's those decisions that we make, you know, that inform our kids as they grow up. I used to know a midwife that used to work on an estate near here. She used to do house visits. She knocked on the door one day. Woman answered with a cig in one hand, beer in the other. Funny name for twins, but there you go. But the midwife looked, and all she could see was this baby bottle full of red liquid. She said, "What's in there?" She went, "Tomato ketchup." She said, "You can't feed a baby tomato ketchup." She said, "Why not? It's Heinz." One of your 5 a day. But there's a few parents here I know, and they're all going to agree with me with this next statement, but Calpol, the drug of choice for toddlers. And adults too. One for you, one for me. We've all done it. I often wonder how many of these kids grow up to have a drug dependency problem because they were force-fed strawberry-flavoured kiddie crack when they were kids. I also wonder how many adults grow up to have a Calpol addiction. You can imagine the deal going down in the chemist, can't you? Quick, give me... Not quite going to work. But the sad truth is that most toddlers are given Calpol, so basically the parents can sit there and watch EastEnders in peace. That's the truth. Personally, I can't think of a worse programme to drive me to drugs than EastEnders. I mean, people say that soaps mimic real life. I say, show me a Cockney that cannot swear for 30 minutes and I might start believing it. But yeah, it's been said recently that I look a little like the actor David Caruso, who plays Horatio Kane in the programme Crime Scene Investigates. You've all been thinking it. He's let himself go a bit, but let's run with this. Not that much. But CSI, brilliant programme, but always filmed in really cool locations like New York, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Could you imagine a British version? Imagine, if you will, CSI Ghoul. It's been on, hasn't it? I reckon crime would be easy to clear up there, though. It's one of the only places in the UK where a single DNA sample could result in half the town getting arrested. That's if they can get the sample, because if you've ever been out in Gaul, you'll know most DNA is swallowed. Always good to get an ooh rather than an ah. But you know, the pursuit and the clearing up crime just never stops. And we live in a scary world now, don't we? You know, what with ISIS, 9/11 and all those kind of things. I like the American view though. You know, they got all of their most wanted and lined them up as a pack of cards. The badder you were, the better the card. And Osama bin Laden, he was an ace. Now, how much better would it be, and fun for all the family, if they'd have gone for top trumps instead? But could you imagine the categories? Longest beard, number of actual hands, YouTube views. Probably on the up more now. But no, but every now and then, there's a lot against us in this world, but every now and then we can get together and sort of celebrate what's good. I think the Rugby World Cup recently was a good example of that. You know, proud to play as a host nation, all these countries visiting our shores to join in and celebrate. And didn't the New Zealanders do well by winning it? Yeah. Now that country, they're on a 4-year celebration, which is a good job because they've got the second highest suicide rate on the planet. What would have happened if they'd have lost? I'm pretty sure Londoners would have joined them as the third highest suicide rate on the planet because there'd be no barman in their pubs. And that's the truth. Anyway, I've gone on for too long. Thank you for having me. I'm Sam Whittaker.